now it's time to move on to the spending Bitcoin side of things. What I'm going to take you through is the Samourai Wallet stack, which is a Bitcoin wallet for the streets. It is an Android application that you can install on your Android phone, and you can also back that with your own dojo or Samourai Wallet dojo, and you can purchase one here, like a Ronin dojo, or you can install it yourself, which is what we're going to be doing now. So I'm just going to go over to the download section. And there's a guide here as well. And there's also a code repository. So I'm just going to open up the code repository to download the latest release. So I'm just going to go over to the releases there. And I'll download this source code and put it into the downloads section of my node box. So I'm just going to copy this link here, and I'm going to go cd into the downloads folder and wget that link that I just copied there. So I'm now downloading that away. Now I've got this Samourai Dojo 1.15 zip file. I'm going to unzip it, but first I need to install unzip. So sudo apt install unzip. And I'm going to unzip that Samourai wallet, that Samourai Dojo zip file. Okay, so now I have a folder with all of the documentation that I need. Now, just to give you a bit of background, I will have already installed Docker on this computer. So you can see Docker is installed here. You will need to install Docker. I have done that already in the previous video when I installed mempool.space. So if you need a refresher on how to install Docker correctly, you can do that. You can refer to that video there. Now, I'm going to create a new directory in my home folder. So I'm going to go make dir dojo-app. Okay, so now I have a dojo app directory there, and I'm going to take what I've just downloaded and put it into that folder. So I'm going to go cd, move downloads Samourai Wallet, all of that, so star, and I want to move it to home dojo app. Okay, so now when I cd into dojo app, I should see a directory like this. Now I'm going to cd into my Docker folder and list that out. And you'll see another folder called My Dojo. So I'm going to list that out. And there is some conf files. So we'll go into the conf directory there and we'll list those out. Now comes the task of filling out all of these forms. So basically, I'm just going to start with the first one, that Bitcoin D conf. So nano docker Bitcoin D conf.tpl. Now, my Bitcoin D RPC user is going to be Bitcoin, and my password is also Bitcoin. Keep scrolling down. We'll leave all of these settings on. We are going to leave. Now here, the Bitcoin D install, we're going to turn that off because we've already installed Bitcoin D and we're going to refer to that. So the Bitcoin D IP address that we are going to refer to is 192.168.55.30. And the Bitcoin D RPC port is actually going to be 8332. And this is where we will fill out some details around or using our bitcoin.conf file. So if I type in my other terminal here, nano.bitcoin conf, we've got some ports that we can utilize. So you can see here RPC port, that should match 8332, which it does. And then the ZMQ raw TXS, which links to this here. So we'll put 28333. So let's change that to 28333. And the block hash, so that's this one here, 28334. So let's change this one to 28334. And this one looks to be complete. Okay. Okay, now we'll move on to the next one. Let's take a look at Docker Common. I don't know if there's anything that needs to be changed here. Yep, so we want on mainnet. If we want a testnet, we use that, but we're going to stay on mainnet. Let's talk a little bit about, let's edit the Explorer. So Explorer, we've already kind of got an Explorer. So we probably can take that off in the form of mempool.space. So we don't really need the Explorer. So let's turn that off. Let's talk about the indexer, Docker indexer. Indexer install off, that's good. Now the indexer type, we are going to change this to Fulcrum. And the IP address of that Fulcrum server is 192.168.55.30. And the port is going to be 50002. And we will change this to active. So we've got that. So you can read that here. If you've got Fulcrum support, then, yeah, you can put that as active. And we will use TLS because we are going through that rather than through TCP. Everything else can remain the same. So we'll control X, Y, and enter. Let's nano the MySQL. Okay, so this is where we can set some usernames and passwords. I would strongly recommend that you change the passwords here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go to my my password manager, and I'm going to generate a new password there. So let's copy that and paste that in. And this password here, let's generate a new one. Copy that and paste that in like so. Okay. So that's the SQL saved. And we will also now do Docker node. So nano Docker node. Okay, so this is where your the key to your administrator Dojo maintenance tool will be used. So I'm just going to generate some passwords here and flick them in. So just copy that one for the API key. And this one here, where you replace your admin key, when you log into the Dojo maintenance tool over Tor, this is the password that you're going to be using. So just make a note of that. So I'll just copy that and I'll paste that one in there. So that's going to be the password for when we go into our Dojo maintenance tool. Just keep any sort of passwords that are required to be filled out, just fill them out with a password manager. And with this one, we're going to be using local indexer, not local in Bitcoin D, because we've already filled out that indexer that we're going to use, the Fulcrum server. So that should be it. So Control X, Y, and enter. The next stuff, Docker Tor. This looks fine. Everything yeah, just leave that as default. And the Whirlpool, we're going to keep the installation off. We're going to do that separately. So yeah, we'll just leave Whirlpool as is. Okay. So now let's cd back into the My Dojo folder, and you'll see here Dojo sh. So this is basically what is going to now start up, and we will have a look at installing this now. So we're good to install. So we'll hit /dojo sh and install. And then it says here, this operation is going to install Dojo version 1.15 for mainnet on your computer. Do you wish to continue? Y and enter. So that's now going to go away and download the Dojo from the Docker repositories and set everything up. You can see that here in Docker PS. You'll start to see more containers and things being opened up, and we'll just wait until this installs. Okay, so when you start to see the headers being processed like this, it's pretty much installed, but you do have to wait until the the block headers do reach the chain tip. I'm just going to leave that going, but I'll make that a little bit smaller in terms of the font there, so you can see kind of that it's going through. This is what you should expect to see. Now in here, you should see when you type in Docker PS, I'll make this one just this one a bit bigger. So we will do Docker PS in here, and you'll see the Samourai Wallet Dojo being now within the Docker list of Docker containers there as well. So now we will move on to getting the onion address and getting into a Tor browser to log into our Dojo maintenance tool. Now, the Dojo maintenance tool can be found when you cd into the Dojo app. You go into Docker folder and then My Dojo, and here there is that Dojo sh. So what we'll do is we will ./dojo sh and then type in onion. And this will be the onion address that you need to go to be able to access your Dojo maintenance tool over Tor. So we'll get into a Tor browser. Okay, so this is the Tor browser that I need to open up. And what I'll do is I'll just copy this onion address and I will paste that. And I'm going to add /admin to the link. Okay, now you will need your admin key, which you can find that in the conf folder here. If you go into nano docker node, you will see that the node admin key is this, which is what I set earlier. So I'm just going to copy that and I'm going to paste that in like so and hit connect. And it should say successfully connected to your back end. So what we want to see is green ticks all round. So you'll see here, this is green, all of this is green. Now, because this is still at 43,000, and we need to get to somewhere in the vicinities of 700,000, 730,000, these ones will be ticks in yellow. So yeah, we'll have to wait until this whole process gets to 730 odd thousand or the chain tip for it to make sure that this is that will then turn that into green. So we're just waiting for that to occur. Now what we want to do is install Samourai Wallet onto our phone. Now you can get Samourai Wallet from samouraiwallet.com, and you'll be able to see they have a downloads page here. So just go to the download section, and it's available on the APK, the Google Play Store, as well as F-Droid. So you can download Samourai Wallet from there. So once you have downloaded it onto your Android phone, you can click on the Samourai Wallet app, click on mainnet, and we'll just go through the wizard, get started. And we will choose a backup directory. Yeah, so we'll just hit choose, I guess. And you can put that into wherever you want that, maybe documents, and use this folder, allow. Now, what we'll do is we will, would you like to enable Tor? Yes. And so that'll initialize Tor there. And would you like to connect to your own Dojo server? Yes, yes, we would. So let's click on that. And we will scan the QR code. Now, the QR code comes from the Dojo maintenance tool. So we'll go to pairing. And this is the QR code. Scan this QR code with your wallet to be able to scan through into your Dojo. So we are just going to go scan QR code, grant the camera while using the app. And what we'll do is we will scan that QR code there, and that should come up with all the information that we need. And it says here we are connected, and now we can progress to create a new wallet. So let's create a new wallet. First, let's pick a passphrase. I'm just going to pick a very insecure passphrase of 123. You can pick whatever passphrase, whether that's words, letters. I would recommend that you keep a very strong passphrase on this. So, but for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to leave that as 123. Okay, and I understand that Samourai Wallet cannot provide me with assistance with that. So just make sure you are well aware of your passphrase. You will need it if you need to recover your funds. Set a PIN code. I'm just going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and next. And again, confirm it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and finish. Okay, so on my actual screen, which you can't see, it's going to it gives me a list of 12 words. I'm going to write those 12 words down. That will be my seed. So that's on my screen, which you can't see here. And I'll keep that passphrase and confirm that as well. The next thing that I would recommend is to claim your paynim. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. So claim my paynim and add it. Yes. So from here, basically we can now use this as our wallet. We've got, send, receive functionality. Obviously, I'm not expecting to see any Bitcoin in here, but yeah, this is now backed up through your own Dojo. Okay. Now you probably won't be able to transact until this is finished. So yeah, we'll just wait until that finishes, and then we should be able to transact and receive funds and spend funds out of there. But at least you have it all set up and ready to go and connected to your Bitcoin node and your Dojo. Okay. Okay, so now that the Dojo has fully synchronized, it's looking pretty good now. So what I'll do now is I will do the continuous mixing with Whirlpool CLI. So to get that, let's move on from the Dojo. We've successfully installed that and paired that to our Samourai wallet. Now, what we want to do is go down to Whirlpool and download that. And what I'm going to do is go to the code repository here. And instead of downloading the GUI, I'm going to install the CLI. And then I'll come back and install the GUI a bit later. So from here, I'm going to get the Whirlpool client CLI. And I'm going to go to the releases section. And I'm not going to use 10.14. It doesn't seem to work at the moment. There may not be an update to that in 10.15. But the one that I do know that works is this 10.13. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to download this file. Now to run jar files, you're going to also need Java. So you'll see here, if I go Java, I don't have anything. It's not installed. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to download the latest version of that by typing in this one here that's suggested, and we'll hit that. So I'm going to download this 13 file here, copy that, and I'm going to create a directory, make dir whirlpool, and I'm going to cd into whirlpool, and I'm going to wget that file. Okay, from here, I'm going to run this file. So java-jar whirlpool client.jar, and then I'm going to go --init for initialization. So let's follow that on. Okay, now it'll ask you for your pairing payload. So you can get your pairing payload in Samourai Wallet. Go to Settings, Transactions, Experimental, and grab that from there. So let's go there. So we'll go to Settings, Transactions, and pair to Whirlpool GUI, and we'll copy this to clipboard, and we will paste that through like so, and hit Enter. Okay, it'll ask you to authenticate with your passphrase, so I'm going to put my passphrase in, and let's see what happens. Okay, so that looks like Whirlpool is starting authentication success. This is looking pretty good so far. Okay, so what we'll do is connect this up to our GUI, but before we do that, let's create a service file such that Whirlpool starts up on the boot of our machine on our node box as well. So let's Control-C out of there, and we'll go to sudo nano etc systemd system and whirlpool.service. And what we'll do is we'll type this one. I'll leave this in the description so you have it for reference. And I'm just going to change this to 13. Control-C, Control-X, Y, and Enter. And what I'm going to do is sudo systemctl daemon reload, and then sudo systemctl start, or what I would do is enable Whirlpool and start Whirlpool. And let's check the status. Okay, so that's coming through. That's started. And you can see here, authentication required. So please start GUI to authenticate and start mixing. So let's do that. So what we'll do is we'll go back to the Samourai Wallet page, and whether you're on Mac, Windows, or Debian, or Linux, you can download the Whirlpool GUI. Now from here, what we'll do is go to, once you've downloaded it and installed it and opened it up, you are able to type in, it'll start off with standard, but we will go with advanced, and we will put in our node box's IP, which is 192.168.55.30, and we'll hit connect. And it'll ask you for the API key, and that API key is CLI API key in this Whirlpool configuration. So let's go back to our terminal. And we can go into here. If you list out your Whirlpool directory, you'll see this here. So let's nano into there and get that API key. So we'll copy this, and we're going to paste it into our Whirlpool GUI. And we'll paste it in like so, and we will hit connect. Give it a couple of seconds, and it'll ask you to enter your wallet passphrase. So I'm going to put that one in and hit sign in. Okay, so now you can start to use a graphical interface for your mixing. And you can close this out, it'll be open, and it'll continuously mix in the background. So here's where you would deposit some money. So here is, your deposit addresses, and here are the pools that you can go into and the minimum deposits for entering each of those pools. So you can, load up some Bitcoin and go through the Whirlpool process here. Now, they've got the fees here, and your configuration files are here. If you've got a discount code, if that's going on social media, you'll be able to put in a discount code for reduced fees for mixing. And here is some of the status or the system information as well. So that pretty much completes the Whirlpool side of things as well. Have a read through the documentation on the Samourai Wallet page. So you can go through here and have a look at some of the documentation around some the features and getting started with Samourai Wallet. Enjoy. Thanks for watching, and if you'd like to support the work that I'm doing, head on over to ministryofnodes.com and click on the support button. I accept Bitcoin, Lightning, PayPal, and credit card. If you want one-on-one consulting, head on over to the consulting page and book into my calendar widget. I can help you with holding your own keys, running your own node, and privacy best practices. Once again, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.